In the Administration tab, select Organisation, then Organisation Details. At the top, we can see our club is not currently appearing on playcricket.com.au. For it to appear, we will need to scroll to the bottom of the page to the Program section. As this will be a junior program, we will need to select Juniors as the program type. Under Gender, we will select Mixed as this competition is for girls and boys. The format will be junior formats, and this competition will have options to play on Fridays and Saturdays. We will not need to add any information under Disability Cricket, as our program will be for participants of all abilities. We will now select Add Program, hit the Save button on the bottom right and press OK at the top of the screen. To check the program has successfully added, scroll to the top of the screen and check the Items Updated Successfully pop-up has appeared. In the Administration tab, select Online Registration, Settings, then Bank Account Details. Under Account Information, we will notice that the account name is already preloaded as our club name. This can be changed, however, we will leave it as it appears. We will now add an account BSB and an account number. We will not be required to enter any details in the Contact Information Last Updated By section, as this section will be pre-filled with information of the last administrator who made edits to the organisation's bank account details. As we are adding details for the first time, this is blank. Under Principal User, we will see details of the organisation's primary MyCricket administrator. Anytime bank account details are amended, the Principal User will be notified. To complete this process, we will tick that we have read and agreed to the payment terms and conditions and select Update Account. Please note that payments will go directly to your club's nominated bank account weekly. Disclaimers are a useful part of your registration form to provide additional information to those completing a registration. In the Administration tab, select Online Registration, Settings, then Disclaimers. As we currently have no disclaimers, we will select Add New Disclaimer. For this demonstration, we will use a disclaimer which we have compiled using Microsoft Word. Under Item Title, we will add in Parents' Code of Behaviour. Then in the Item Content section, we will paste in our text. You can also use the hyperlink button to link any documents that you would like to include in the disclaimer. As we are happy with how this appears, we will hit Save on the bottom right and press OK at the top of the screen. We will be able to attach our disclaimer to our registration form later in the online registration workflow. In the Administration tab, select Online Registration, Settings, then Discount Rules. We can see that there are already a few preloaded discount rules. We are going to add our own for the purpose of this demonstration. The rule type we are going to apply is Early Bird. We are going to select a cut-off date of August 31, as the purpose of our discount is to encourage participants to pay their registration early. The discount amount will be $20. We will then add a discount name description of Early Bird, Season 2021-22, and select Save. Next, we will then return to the previous screen where our newly created discount rule will be visible. Custom person fields, also known as custom questions, allow you to create your own questions to insert in your online registration form. In the Administration tab, select People and then Custom Person Fields. We currently do not have any custom questions we wish to ask our participants, so we will select Add New Custom Field. In field details, we will name the question competition. Please note this field will not appear on the registration form and is for reporting purposes only. Under description, this is where we want to enter the question as we want it to appear on our registration form. Here we will enter which competition do you wish to participate in. In field type, we choose the way in which the question will appear to the participant. Under type, we will select drop-down list, and in the options we will add under 11s, under 13s and under 15s. Please note we have inserted a comma after each option. This will ensure each option appears on a new line. We can leave display options blank, but we'll need to add player under role subrole. We need to ensure the active box is ticked and add a 1 in the sort order box. To confirm, click on the tick. We will then automatically return to the previous screen where our newly created custom person field will be visible. Later in the registration workflow, we will be able to add this field to our registration. In the Administration tab, select Online Registration, Management, then Form Manager. Click Add Registration Form. Select CA Junior Registration Form and press Refresh. Under Title, we will name our form Junior Registration Form 2021/22. The welcome page top description allows us to provide extra information to participants whilst navigating through their registration on PlayCricket. For this example, we use an example from New South Wales where we will insert a HTML code with information about their government sports voucher program known as the Active Kids program. To add this information, click the pencil on the right side, select HTML at the bottom and paste the relevant information in the text box and select Update. We will now be returned to the registration form screen where we will change the status to active and add a sort order of 1. Under Club Disclaimer, we will select our previously created disclaimer titled Parents Code of Behaviour. You will also notice that the contact name and contact email sections will be preloaded with the details attached to your MyCricket administration login. We will not make any amendments in the payment settings section. However, you may wish to allow offline payments. This would allow any fees that are not governing body fees to be paid offline. In form fields, we can see there are a variety of pre-selected mandatory fields. These cannot be amended. In addition, whilst not selected, school is also a mandatory field for junior cricket registrations. Under custom questions, we can see the custom person field we created earlier appears in the available fields box. We want to select our question and move it into the selected fields box by using the right arrow in between the two boxes. We are also going to make this question a mandatory field. At the bottom, you will also note an Other Products section. This will not be covered in this demonstration. To obtain information relating to other products, please visit the MyCricket support website. As we are happy with how this appears, we will hit Save on the bottom right and press OK at the top of the screen. In the Administration tab, select Online Registration, Management, then Product Manager. We currently do not have any products available, so we will select Add Registration Product. We will name our product Junior Registration 2021/22. Under registration settings, we will select CA Cricket Association Test as the parent organisation, which is the association the players will register to at the time of the registration. We will list the registration period as 2021/22 and the registration type as junior player. As we have selected the junior player option, you will notice that the individual insurance fee will automatically be added to the cost of the registration. This $5 fee is a contribution to the Australian Cricket Insurance and Risk Protection Scheme. Under pricing, we will list the club portion of the registration fee, which in this case will be $100. This will result in a total registration fee of $105 for the participant, with the club to receive $97.95 after deducting the 1.95% MyCricket transaction fee from the total registration amount. Next, we want to tick Enable Discounting and select our Early Bird Season 2021-22 option in the Discount Rules section. Clubs will also have the option to set a maximum discount against club fee, which can be used to limit discount values should a participant have access to multiple discount codes. In the Details section, the description box allows for more information about the registration product to be provided. For this demonstration, we will again insert Junior Registration 2021/22. Ensure the active box is ticked and select Junior Registration Form 2021/22 under Sign Up Process. In Sign Up Restrictions, we can list more details regarding who is able to complete a registration. Given the competitions we have available, we will select an age range of 8 to 16 to allow for overage players. Boys and girls can play, so the required gender will be listed as mixed. This registration will be open from July 1, 2021 to September 30, 2021. And we will not apply a max number of purchases as we want to get as many teams on the park as possible. We will now hit Save on the bottom right and press OK at the top of the screen. In the Administration tab, select Online Registration, Management, then Voucher Manager. Voucher codes can be used to apply a discount to a specific product. Here on the Voucher Scheme Management page, we will add a new voucher by selecting Add New Scheme. For this demonstration, we want to offer a discounted registration for female players. We will insert a name and display name for our voucher of female players. We will tick the active box and enter the description as discounted registration for female players. For multi-use vouchers, the system will generate one code to be used a set number of times. For single use, the system will generate multiple codes. We wish to reduce work on our volunteers, so we will use the multi-use redemption type. Under Scheme Settings, we will list the redemption code as Girls 1, 2, 3, 4. The promotion spend is not an overall amount and is the total promotion spend per voucher. We will enter $10 with a max number of available vouchers of 20. This will be available from July 1, 2021 to September 30, 2021. The redemption restrictions will be from ages 8 to 16, with the gender listed as female and the club registration listed as player junior. Please note, once a voucher is generated and ready to use, you can't change the redemption type, scheme settings, and redemption restrictions. Please double check before saving. As we are happy with the details we have entered, we will now hit Save on the bottom right and confirm our item has updated successfully. Enter play.cricket.com.au. Search for the club on the top right of the screen. Enter CA Test Cricket Club and select Go to Club page. Club contact details are the details listed in the Organisation Details section. Clubs should consider listing an administrator who can best support players and parents with the online registration process. Select the arrow on the right next to Junior Club Cricket. Select Register in the yellow box to commence the registration process. On this screen, we will notice the blurb we entered in the Welcome Top Description box when setting up a registration form is visible. Selecting the hyperlink in green would direct us to another website where the participant could apply for an active kids voucher before completing their registration on PlayCricket. We will scroll to the bottom and select Continue. On this screen, returning participants can enter their MyCricket login details. In this case, we wish to register as a new participant, so we'll select Continue. We will now enter the participant details and press Continue. Please note, when selecting Continue, the system will complete a quick search of the MyCricket system to see if the participant details are already in the system. If so, it will allow the participant to log into their account. The details we have entered don't match any within the system, so we can continue as a first-time user. Under Selection Details, we can see a detailed breakdown of costings has been listed. Please note the $5 insurance payment and the $20 discount for the early bird discount. This will result in a price of $85 for the participant. We will now select Continue. On this screen, you will notice the tick box next to Hide Child's Name from displaying publicly. This is a recently added privacy protection feature, and when selected, the participant's playing details will not appear on the MyCricket app and the MyCricket public site. We will continue entering the participant's personal details in the form. Any field marked with an asterisk denotes a mandatory field. This portion of the registration also includes 3 Australian cricket diversity questions, which a parent or participant can choose not to answer. Finally, at the bottom of the screen, you will note our previously configured custom question is visible. As our participant is 10 years of age, we will select the Under 11s option and click Continue. On this screen, you will have the chance to review and edit any registration details entered thus far. At the bottom of the page, irrespective of whether the first or third terms and conditions box is selected, those completing a registration will be presented with both the Australian Cricket T's and C's and the club disclaimer. In order to progress with a registration, the Accept All T's and C's displayed option will have to be selected. We will now select Continue. On the payment screen, again, we will receive a breakdown of all components of the transaction. In addition, at this point, a participant will also have the chance to apply the voucher code we set up using the Voucher Management section. Under Promotion/Voucher Code, we will enter Girls 1, 2, 3, 4 and select Apply. We will note the $10 discount has been applied with the total registration costs now showing as $75. At the bottom of the screen is where a participant can complete payment for their online registration. If online payments are configured during the registration setup process, this is the screen where a participant can select to pay offline and complete their registration. As our purpose was to cross-check the customer registration experience, we will not proceed any further through the registration process, as this would require us to enter a payment. In Registration Manager, admins can view and manage individual registrations and a financial breakdown of payments. To access the Registration Manager, make sure you're in administration mode. From the drop-down headings, select Online Registration and Dashboard. Here you will see a box with the heading links and below this, the Registration Manager. In the Registration Manager, you can filter the records you see by parent organisation or entity, registration period such as the season, a player name or ID number, or the registration status and registration type. Use the info icon to the right to see a detailed overview of transactions and a breakdown of fees and registration types. The eye icon to the right of the screen views the Player tab containing personal player details and the ability to edit details if required. Here, club admins can decline pending registrations by deregistering users if required. For example, if a player must cancel their registration for some reason. At the base of the page, there is a Download Detail Report option, which allows you to export a report to Excel for a period. The Invoice Manager is a great tool for club admins to search for registrations and identify what registrations have payments outstanding, email an invoice, and apply for payment on behalf of players. To access the Invoice Manager, select Administration Mode. From the drop-down headings, select Online Registration, Management, and Invoice Manager. To find out what players still have outstanding payments, start by searching a specific date range. To the right of the page, you can see the payment status. For all players with red next to their profile, you may wish to email that player directly and invoice for the outstanding amount. On this page, you can also view individual transactions, download an invoice, and pay outstanding invoices for players. The main report that gives administrators every question and answer from registration forms that have been created is the transaction report. The best way to locate this information is through the report section. Do this by selecting Administration, Online Registration, Reports, then Transactions. You will need to choose your registration form and select your date range. In this example, we will select the Member Sign-Up form, which is the registration form we created earlier titled Junior Registration Form 2021-22. We will then select the date range from 1st of January 2021 to 7th of July 2021 and select Go. Please note, if you select all forms instead of a specific registration form, you will receive a report of every registration collected by your club during that date range. However, most importantly, the answers provided by participants to your custom questions will not be visible. Click the Download Data link at the base of the page for your selected registration form and date range. Download the data with your preferred file format. Open the document labelled Membership Report 13 on the top right of the screen, and all the information the participants have entered during the online registration process will be available. Within the Excel document, we will now talk through some of the key information contained in this report. For this demonstration, we will look at the registration information provided for Sally Test, which has been highlighted in yellow. Column B demonstrates the player's full name. Column E provides an invoice ID, which is important should a player's payment need to be followed up at a later date. Column F displays the total invoice amount after all discounts and vouchers have been applied. Column H refers to the voucher management code we created earlier for female players that was entered during Sally's registration. Column I then displays the individual registration discount amount, which was $10. Column K outlines the payment status. This will show either paid, not paid if the participant has selected the pay offline option during their registration, or cancelled if a registration has been refunded. Columns P and R again outline the player's first and last names, with address information listed in columns S to X. Column Y shows the player's date of birth, which is an important tool to help administrators assign players to competitions based on age and the relevant competition cutoff date, should one apply. Column AC displays the player's email address. For juniors, this is often the parent or caregiver's email address and therefore correlates to the emergency contact information of the individual in columns AE and AF. Column AI is also an important data field. It lists the school which the player attends and is a compulsory feature of Cricket Blast and junior cricket registrations. This field can assist admins to build teams with players who attend the same school. Column AN outlines whether the participant has flagged a particular disability during the registration process. Finally, column AQ is where the answer to our custom question appears. Additional custom questions will appear across the additional rows to the right, should they be added to a registration. Please note the name of the data field, which is competition. This correlates to the name we gave to our question when setting it up in the custom person field section. You may notice the other data fields in column AQ are empty for the other participants. This can occur when a custom question is not made mandatory for a participant to answer. Please note, information will automatically be populated within this report as registrations are received. Please ensure you follow the download data process outlined earlier every time the report is accessed to ensure you are operating using the report with the most recent data.